All right, kids, what's going on here? Did a little another road show here for the last lesson. So this is the I guess last assignment. I wanted to touch base, talk about super funds, but also something cool. It's kind of right up the block from where I live. This is the Wardenclyffe Center. This is the Tesla Science Center. Sorry about the noise. It's right next to 25A. But behind me, you'll see a statue of Nikola Tesla. If you don't know who he is, I'll tell you a little bit about him, but you should look him up. And then there is an old structure here which used to have a giant tower. So the story of Nikola Tesla, he's probably one of the most important people in history as far as innovating towards modern technology. He Look him up. I'm not going to go into a whole, I could spend an hour just on him. There's pretty cool documentaries on him. But on the tower that he built behind here, it was pretty gnarly looking. It was about 187 feet tall. This metal crazy structure. I'll send a picture and a link of what it looked like. It was built here in 1901. And originally he was going to use it to tap into the Earth's frequencies and use it for almost free electricity. And then he said, I'm going to use it for communicating across the Atlantic. But it's pretty crazy. There's a lot of conspiracy theories that went along with why he didn't actually go off. Some people said he was actually going to be able to get free electricity to everybody. And then there was a conspiracy. Obviously, people in business don't like free. So there's a lot of stuff involved in the Wardenclyffe Tower and what it may have been, and what could have been if he went through with it. But also behind you, besides Wardenclyffe, we'll send a whole thing on. This is also a superfund site, and after that, it was bought later on by a photo processing plant, and there was a spill there. Right, so I'm actually going to walk away. So over here, you can see Tesla Wardenclyffe Center. So over here, right in the back. That's where the laboratory was behind it. Actually, I'll walk to my car so you can actually hear me talk. Behind it, there is a photo processing plant, and they had spills there, right? So spills into the groundwater. And what a Superfund site is when you have any sort of environmental spill, most of the time in the ground, it has to be remediated. It has to be cleaned up, and they're all over Long Island. This is the one just closest to my house, and there's also probably a lot that people don't know about. This is just the ones that are identified where they know that there's something that went to the ground. So there's several famous ones, big ones on Long Island. The biggest one is Bethpage, right by Northrop Grumman. That is the biggest one. There's a large plume, an underwater plume. I'll get in my car here. There's a large plume by Northrop Grumman affecting the groundwater right here. This is contained. But if you see this map right here, this is a list of all of the different Superfund sites on Long Island. I'll send this link out. So your assignment this week is just to look up the Superfund site and tell me about what happened. So this is the one right here we're just at. Peerless Photo Products, right? Industrial groundwater tainted, groundwater plume no. What was the contaminants? And this is it's pretty crazy to see all the different Superfund sites. So this is stuff that's leaking into our water. And when we went to, 2 weeks ago, we talked about the importance of water because we get our water from the ground, right? Groundwater is super important. We drink it, we bathe in it, we do all sorts of things in it. So when you contaminate it, it can be really bad. It can be bad for your health. You hear things called cancer clusters on Long Island where you have an abnormal spike in cancers, and some people attribute that to some groundwater contaminants depending on the area that you live in. But this is just a map you can look at. You can pick whichever one you want. There's some over here. There's one in the trails over in Rocky Point, right? RCA Rocky Point. So look one of these up, and anyone, and give me I'll give details on the assignment in the chat. And that's it on Superfund sites. Just kind of want you to know of just some environmental things that are going on in your just in your neighborhood, right? It's super important to take care of the environment, especially where you live, right? That has the biggest impact on you. So that's the last assignment of the week. I'll put stuff on the Wardenclyffe Tower, which is pretty wild. And then super fun sites. Wednesday, I'll do a thing on global warming. I try to do a live lesson on global warming, but no one showed up. So, I think it feels, getting the sense you guys, summer's kind of started already, but we got to get this last assignment in, and any assignment you owe me, get it into me. I'll take late. It's not going to be full credit, but I'll take late. So certainly help a bunch of your grades. And then that's it. Maybe we'll try to do another live thing end of the week. I'd love to see some of you guys and say goodbye. It's kind of a bummer that we don't get to see each other. Last time we saw each other, it was in March, and who knew that was going to be like the last in-class lesson. Wild. So that's it for today. I'll post more info in the chat. This is probably the last YouTube video, so hopefully you guys like these videos a little bit better than me just posting links and documents to read and someone else's videos, right? I actually like this. Feels more natural to me, and hopefully you guys, it was the best of the situation. So we'll touch base more later in the week, and I'll talk to you guys later.